Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Kiwanis Connects, coming to you live on Facebook and YouTube all over the world. Wherever you have an internet connection, we are there to greet you on this fine Friday. Thank you for making us part of your day as we enter into the last quarter of the calendar year. It's unbelievable. I'm Aaron Phillips. I'm in Virginia Beach, Virginia, where I'm expecting a plethora of rain this weekend. I think Noah's Ark is expected to come by at about 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And then, of course, all the way out in California, somewhere in parts unknown, is my wonderful co-host, Doc Val. And in the lower screen below me, but up in Buffalo, he is the Director of Marketing of Global Vending Corp., most commonly known as bookvending.com, Mr. Connor Russo. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today?
Good morning. Good morning. Doing well. How are you? And thank you for having me.
Doing very well, Connor. Doc Val, how are you today?
I am living the dream. You know, it's like when you can go to parts unknown and broadcast from somebody's kitchen. It doesn't get any better than that. So
there you go. Is that Mama Flo's kitchen?
Oh, heck no. Mama Flo's kitchen is very modern because she does not cook. So it's also very clean.
There you go. There you go. Listen, we got a lot to do today, as always, in an hour-packed show. Of course, we're going to spend time with Connor talking about bookvending.com. If you missed introducing yourself to him and seeing what the book vending machines are all about in Pittsburgh this past June at KI's International Convention, that's what we're going to talk about with Connor. And also on the heels of our show last time, with Andre Lewis from Literacy Engineers. Who knows? You may see a great partnership develop there. Imagine one whole book vending machine filled with Andre's books all over the world. How cool would that be? Then, of course, we have wow moments. We have mental health moments. We got Columbus-themed bad dad jokes, because after all, Monday is Columbus Day, right? So I got Columbus Day bad dad jokes. Connor is armed with some bad dad jokes to get us started later. And, of course, as always, all of you out there with your questions, thoughts, comments, queries, and innuendos, we would love to hear them. So, Doc Val, what's new in your world? Let's get rocking and rolling. We got a lot to do today.
Well, I am on the road, so we're going to add back in on the road today. And because we realized that I'm going to be on the road every weekend until the middle of December. And so why not put that segment back into it?
All right.
And part of what I'm doing is actually taking Connor's program with me, because I am so excited to think about how we can incorporate the vending program in with literacy around the globe. And so, Connor, I'm so glad you're here. And I was re-watching all your commercials and everything, and I'm so thankful that you've supported us. But I'm hoping that it's actually going to cash out after this one. And so, as I'm looking at stuff, most people, when they think of vending machines, they may think old-timey, where you got cigarettes when you're at a bar, or where you get candy, and that vending machines were banned on almost every school ground in California about 15 years ago. So you couldn't get junk snack food. But now you're bringing vending machines back. So what's that all about?
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you taking us with you. So it's unique that you brought that up. It's everything but a traditional vending machine at the end of the day, right? The machine's actually fully interactive. So, well, I'll back up. It's a vending machine filled with books, right? At the end of the day, It uses the tokens for the students as a reward. So if a student demonstrates positive behavior, they would get one of those golden Inchy tokens. They can then go to the machine, get to put the token in. The whole machine lights up. I say it's like a slot machine for kids. It's just a lot of fun, very interactive, very colorful. It lights up, it talks to you, prompts you to, make a selection. And the more important thing is the kid gets to pick whatever book they want in that machine, and they get to vend it. It will drop. It will say, keep up the good work, enjoy your book. They get to retrieve it. And more importantly, it's their book to keep. So that's what it's all about. It's helping build children's at-home libraries, promoting reading, making it more of a reward rather than just an assignment, which most schools kind of got that mentality going.
Connor, the slideshow that you shared in the attachments with us, we have that prepared if at any point that we want to bring that up as reference, all right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So I really think that people need to see this stuff to actually understand how amazing it really, really is. So do we have some visuals? Is that what
Yeah,
you were
John.
saying?
Yeah, John, can you bring up the slideshow, the PowerPoint that we have, if you don't mind? And I believe, there you go. We also have I believe there's a single picture of what the machine looks like. But as we go through
Mhm.
this, Connor, if you want to talk about what we're looking at each of the slides for us, that would be great.
Sure. So this is kind of just a very short, high level, what we offer for our Kiwanis clubs. We are an official resource partner. If you did see us at the international show, this is the paper that I was giving out for you guys, just kind of running through the program. It's really designed to be a very turnkey, simple solution, really no headache. You just pretty much sponsor the machine and donate it to a school or a youth space in your community. And yeah, there's a picture of the machine in the bottom right there. It doesn't have to be that. That's just one of our approved Kiwanis wraps that we did with Kiwanis International. But I mean, imagine whatever you want on that machine, whether it's a school's colors, mascot, themes, design, or your Kiwanis Club's initiatives and quotes. You can really make it however you want it.
That is cool. Hold on, go back. Please go back. That is beyond cool. So I'm looking at this, and this would just go into a school lunchroom. Where would you put one of these?
That's a great question, and one of my favorites. So every school is vastly different with their needs, right? So some schools like to put it in the front foyer where every child's going to walk past it as soon as they enter the building to start their school day. And it serves as that constant reminder of the importance of reading and to do good acts or good academic achievements. Other places like to put it in the cafeteria because it's a community gathering space, right? I've seen people put it in gyms. I've seen people outside of the school realm, more like in public libraries, they'll put it, as the staple point of their library. Or if it's going into a children's hospital, they'll have it in like the kids' little center where they can go and play with toys. And there's bookshelves, there's book machines, stuff like that. So waiting rooms, really anywhere you could imagine where a kid would be, you could put them.
Hey, Val, you know what I see coming out the bottom of the machine, like we see in that picture with the little, was that a caterpillar? I can't really tell what it kind of looks like. It. Imagine
that's it.
That's Inchi. Yeah, there you go. I was thinking of little iguana.
Yes.
Imagine that, huh?
I am literally seeing the Kindness Club in being able to do this because there are several authors in the Kindness Club. And okay, guys out in Nashville, this is it. Because there are, I think, between all the authors that belong to that club, there are probably about 50 books. So all the little iguana books, all of the Muzi kindness books. And Connor, you didn't get a chance to meet any of those because they didn't get a chance to travel out to our international this past year. But those are nationally renowned, like kids safety programs and other kinds. So I think this is going to be phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So as I'm looking at it, if you're just listening to us, this is a true vending machine where it's colorful, it's vibrant, it's something that a kid would want to go to. I guess it has an interactive voice feature. Is that?
Yep. It just
tell me a
talks
little
to
bit
you.
about that.
Yeah, so say like, hey, keep up the good work, or if something happens with the machine where it doesn't vend for some reason, it will prompt the student to make another selection. That way that, they're not running back and forward to teachers asking for help. It just kind of walks the student or child through the process without having an adult having to.
So what you're saying to me is that this may be the kindest words that a kid hears all day.
Could very well be. It's unfortunate.
If you ever need a new voice recorder, I'm right here for you. I'll be happy to record some messages for you.
The voice of Inchi right now in our book vending machine is actually our shipping manager. Funny enough, but she's just got a very radio voice. But I could see it in there, and you could be in there for sure.
Just let me know. I'll be in the bullpen. I'll be in the bullpen warming up. Hey, I I do want to give kudos, and I know he's watching because he's already put a message in there. Our good friend Douglas Chadwick, and he commented in the chat room about loving the 4 machines out in Simi Valley. Listen, if it wasn't for Douglas introducing us together at in Pittsburgh, and having me come over and say hello to you guys, we wouldn't even be having. Well, we might be, but here we are today. And so I want to give a shout out to Douglas. Always, always, always. He works on connecting people like it's nobody's business. And so thank you, Douglas. I just publicly want to mention that as well. I think that the novelty of something like this, because vending machines are all over the place, and kids, like you said, Val, going up to this bright machine that will talk back to them and give them a message that might be one of the only positive messages they hear in the day is so good for positive reinforcement. God knows our kids in today's society needs as much as possible. All right, the next page. So take it back over there, Connor, if you would.
And they get those positive. They get those positive words twice because they get rewarded, which is they would get the token. So, hey, keep up the good work. Here's the token. Now they get to go to the machine, select whatever book they want as that reward, and the machine also talks to you. So they're kind of getting it on both fronts. This page is more just kind of for our Kiwanis member pricing. Tons of discounts apply here. Basically can save up to over $1,500 in savings, and we just automatically give that to any Kiwanis members or any schools looking to use Kiwanis as a funder or as a sponsor. So we just try to pass the savings on down to you guys. So that's just what this page is.
Okay, can you go back to the funding page a little bit? And while we're broadcasting live here, I'm going to check out so you can take my square off for a bit. But please explain a little bit about the actual funding because people need to understand that.
Yeah, for sure. So with the 501s that I work with, there's multiple different funding pathways to go. As many of Kiwanis clubs, I'm sure you are familiar with grants and grant opportunities. We do have a full grant service here. So if you do need help finding grants, we can certainly help you do that. Grants are very regional and mission specific a lot of times. So we would have to do it on a chapter by chapter level or club by club level,
right?
Which we can certainly do. We help you identify a grant, submit the grant, and secure that funding. So we help you on that front. Additionally, we monitor a ton of national grants, and these national grants are from large corporations that generally have some type of philanthropy arm, some type of giving arm or foundation arm. These are commonly known as corporate social responsibility, CSR, or community engagement divisions within large to medium companies. These companies and these companies and divisions are constantly seeking for feel-good programs to latch onto. So when Kiwanis clubs are looking for funding, I usually recommend using the machine as a way to get their foot in the door with local businesses in their community, because it's a feel-good program that everyone can kind of get behind, and it's a really easy thing to say yes to. You could go and pitch this to your local car dealership or your local grocery store, and people would be like, okay, here, I'll give you $1,000 towards it. You could put the sponsor's name on the side of the machine. You could do a collective of them. You could raise $20,000, for the whole program, even though it only costs $6,000. So it just kind of opens the doors in general for funding, either utilizing the grants or utilizing those corporate sponsors.
So do you partner with partner Kiwanis clubs with some of these more large scale grants, or do you just recommend how they can go partner?
Yeah, we can certainly find them if they come up, which they do occasionally, and I know someone's actively looking for one. I basically will just do that connection piece. If it's a corporation, actually a lot of the times it comes the other way. Kiwanis clubs and Boys and Girls clubs and Rotary clubs actually are already working with local organizations within their community, right? And then they bring them in and say, hey, we should do this all as a collective, and usually do that. So it's kind of neat. It goes both ways. We help pair up, but they also help us pair up with those corporations that want to take that step.
Very, very cool. And I noticed on here that the tokens, the initial pack of 300 tokens comes with the the kit. And so then does that mean that as we need more, we just buy more, or is it just part of the refresh?
Yeah, that's a good question. The tokens are reusable, so they always are in the machine. So you don't really need to get more. It comes with 100, or it comes with 300 for the Kiwanis members. They can just open the machine up, retrieve the tokens back, redistribute them out. If you need more, you can order more through us at any time.
Let's stop right there. I know we have more slides to show now. I want to let everybody know before we go to break that the crawl right now on the bottom is a video that Connor shared regarding the program. So you can go and you can copy it and paste it, and you can view it at your time. If you miss it during the live show, of course, you can always go back to the YouTube or Facebook channels to grab the video and check out the program that way. Of course, you can also go to bookvending.com, which is the direct website for all the information that you've heard thus far. And we'll continue to hear. With that, we're going to step aside for our first break, retool just a little bit. We'll come back with Connor, more slides, more book vending stuff, more books, more you, right after this.
2 out of 3 kids in America can't read at grade level. And without help, many will never catch up. In a world of screens, short attention spans, and endless distractions, getting kids excited about reading has never been harder. That's where Kiwanis Club steps in. Through Inchy's bookworm vending machines, kids earn tokens for positive behaviors, achievements, kindness, and more, and use them to pick a book they just can't wait to read. Every book is a child's to keep. Every book builds a personal at-home library, and every page sparks curiosity, confidence, and lifelong learning. Your club can make it happen. Let's put more books and more smiles into the hands of kids who need them most. Together, we can change the story, one book at a time. To learn more, go to bookvending.com/Kiwanis.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need, from medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
Hey everybody, Aaron Phillips here from the Kiwanis Connects show. Hey, are you trying to recruit for new members? Do you have a huge event coming up that maybe is your biggest fundraiser of the year? But you need to do something different to let people know that it's happening. The same old gives you the same old routine and results. Well, we've got an idea for you. The Kiwanis Connects show offers the opportunity to have customized commercials created to help your club get your message out. And you know what? One of the extra wonderful points of this opportunity is we provide it as a fundraising opportunity. For every $50 donation for the commercial goes to the Rose Float Kiwanis Club. That's right. The very same Rose Float that we see on television every New Year's that represents Kiwanis International will now be supported by these Kiwanis Connects commercials. So if you want more information and get involved, just drop us an email at kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com. That's kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com. Get your 30, 60, or 90-second customized commercial today, and let's help the Rose Float Kiwanis Club continue to plant its seeds for success. All right, welcome back to Kiwanis Connects. Aaron is here, Doc Vallis here, and our good friend and guest, Connor Russo from bookvending.com is with us talking about book vending machines and how to get your kids learning how to play slot machines early. No, I'm only kidding. How to increase their literacy. And sorry, you brought it up in the first segment, Connor, not me. No, I'm only kidding. But more importantly, what it does is it gives them the literacy habit that they so desperately need in this day and age. All right, let's bring up the slideshow. Let's go back to it. So Val and Connor, take it away.
So when we were looking at this, one of the things I really want people to understand is that this is not like a little library box where people just go in, take what they want, put other stuff in. It's brand new books that are really, really fun. And it gets kids excited. And I was seeing that I wanted to know how many books can you actually put in one of these machines, and how often do you need to refill them?
Yeah, that's a common question. It does vary, obviously, based on the school's needs. but also the tray configuration inside the machine. So if we're dealing with like a K to 3 school, they're going to have a majority of picture books rather than chapter books, which is going to hold less books because the picture books take up more room. So generally speaking, though, between 230 and 300 books would be your max capacity, and how often you need to refill it is going to heavily depend on the frequency that the administration or the teachers or whoever is handing out the tokens is doing so. So if they're handing them out more frequently, obviously they're going to go through some more books. Some people like to do, like certain schools have a PBIS program, positive behavior initiative systems already set up where they use, like, if they're the pioneers, they'll use pioneer bucks, and then they're like little paper slips, and like $5 will convert to 1 Inchy token. So some people do it that way if they already have a program in place. Other people just hand out the tokens as they seem fit. I would say we get a lot of book bundle orders, usually every 1 to 2 months. Sometimes people have every 3 months they reorder. Just really depends on the budgets with the schools or with the clubs, and the frequency in which they're handing out the tokens.
Cool.
I want to ask about the price on there, the $65.70 for membership. Are there arrangements that could be made for payment, or is that, in order to enact and get everything in that bundle, you guys, it's one-time payment, it's done, and it's just replenishing the machine with books and the tokens? How does that work logistically for clubs?
That's a good question. We really try to keep it as low as possible. There's no hidden fees. There's no service agreements. There's nothing. It's a one-time payment. The location or your club would physically own the machine. It's theirs. They can use it how they seem fit. No hidden costs. That is the price plus whatever the shipping is to your state.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's awesome. So what's on the next slide?
I think we just run through some stats, give you the numbers.
John, roll the slide, please. Oh, John is asking about maintenance on the machine itself. Is there any maintenance? How does that work?
The biggest problem you're going to have with the machine, it's kind of cheesy, but the biggest problem you're going to have with the machine is trying to keep the glass clean, because the kids smudge their face up against it and get really excited.
They put their face up like this, right?
Oh, they go crazy. So
when they start licking the glass, you better walk away.
Yeah, there are some, I'm sure. No, we just, out of reference, we're in over, actually this number is even more now, this is old, but we're in over 12,000 actively participating locations.
Wow.
Between schools, children's hospitals, museums, libraries, really any youth space. And for us, we're also in all 50 states, and we're also in Canada, Mexico, and we got a couple in Japan and beyond. So for us,
do you have any in the Philippines?
We are actually working on that right now. I met a really great group at the Kiwanis International Show to make that happen. So we are actively working on that right now. Because we knew these machines were going to be all over the place, right? We know teachers and club members are not vending experts, and nor do we expect you to be. So we actually created the machine to be extremely plug and play friendly. Every single thing in the machine within about 10 to 15 minutes can be replaced. If a motor burns out, we'll send you the part for free. You just replace it and you're good to go. Everything's done over video or FaceTime chat. We also have a full AI integration help center. It's not like a little chat box in a corner. It's an actual AI agent that's extremely smart. We trained it. It has over like 150 hours of training. We also have our Inchy Help Center, which is just packed full of tutorials and videos with a search engine knowledge base. So, hey, my token's stuck. I'll give you a 10-minute video on how to fix it. You'll probably have it fixed in 5 minutes. If it is a part that is gone bad, your warranty will cover it. You get 4 years of warranty here, and then you get lifetime service and support.
And that's all included in that $6,500 or so dollars?
There it is. Yep.
Whoa.
That's better than my home warranty service.
Oh, and I wouldn't have to have the phone calls of how's your car warranty and your vending
No.
machine warranty. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
So,
and we also give everyone the option to extend their warranty within their warranty period. So you
Mhm.
don't really need it, but if they would like to add another 2 years within that 4 years, they're welcome to do so.
Cool. Very, very
I
cool.
like it. I like the options.
Mhm.
And I
So
love
you
the
can-
impact that you guys are having around the world.
Yeah, a lot of books being vended so far. That number kind of fluctuates because it changes a little bit, but
Mhm.
usually it's about 12 million a year. I think it was supposed to be total at the time, but yeah, about 12 million books vended each year. It's quite a bit. And then the kids impacted, it's well over 5 million every year as well, because we get new students, new people coming into that building every year.
Very
Exactly.
cool.
Next, is there a next slide after that one? There you go.
I think that was
We were
the
just
warranty
talking
that
about
we just chatted about. Just to give you but yeah.
Let's pause on there though for a second, because on that slide, ladies and gentlemen, at the bottom you'll see Connor's contact information. C. Russo at globalvendinggroup.com, and his phone number is 1-800-592-4220, extension 108, or you can go to bookvending.com/Kiwanis for the Kiwanis program specific. So that information on that slide is quite important. But of course, if you just go to bookvending.com and forget all that other information, they will redirect you accordingly to get to where you need to be. All right. Another slide after that, or was that it? There you go.
That's it. Yeah.
So I want to talk
So-
about the books. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask about the books for a second. 250 to 300 books.
Mhm.
Do you guys have a warehouse of books? Do you just call publishers? I mean, how do you guys get a hold of such a quantity of books as regularly as you do?
So we knew from the beginning we were kind of selling the hot dogs without the buns here. And we knew it was going to catch up to us at some point. And sure enough, I mean, we had literally thousands of people asking us, can you just please sell books? We just want to get the books and everything from one place. You're already set up as a vendor. We just want to be one and done. And we said, okay. So we have an entire warehouse here filled. I believe there's over 3,000 titles available here.
Wow.
It's just a crap ton of books. And what we do is we package them up and ship them right in the machine if you order the book bundle and the machine together. If you already have the machine and you just want to do a reorder, we just UPS that box out to you the next day, and you'll get all your books.
So
And
you
then-
did,
Lots
so
of
do you-
different titles, lots of different publishers, lots of different book distributors. We all funnel it in-house to control the quality of those books, as well as make sure we're not sending out banned books to certain areas as well.
Yeah, that would not be good for the testimonials.
No.
So I'm just thinking about like a guy like Andre, for instance. I mean, is that something you would negotiate direct with him or his publisher to get his books? Is that how you approach these authors to have their books?
Yeah, we
Okay.
we probably get, I would say, at least maybe 5 or 10 publishers reach out to us a week to try to get their books in our machine,
Oh,
which
wow.
we're very open to doing. And it's really because of that distribution channel.
Sure.
I mean, we're really just those 12 million books a year is an appealing number.
Sure.
And we're always looking for, other publishers and suppliers to partner with. So if we find someone that aligns with our mission and our goals and helps get books in the kids' hands and keeps the cost affordable for these clubs and for the end locations, that's the most important part.
Right on. Right on.
I
Go ahead, Val.
want to put out there that our friend Paula, who was on a while back and joined the Literacy Club, just put out her new kids book. And so I would love in the next set of vending machines that we sponsor that, because Connor, there's about 4 or 5 vending machines that are going to be coming out of the show. Just telling you. I would love to see Paula's book in there. All about being happy and how to avoid bullying and all that kind of fun stuff.
I love that.
This is powerful. This is really, really powerful stuff. And so, how did you guys get into doing vending machines? When did you decide that this is the way to go?
Yeah, please send me Paula's information too. We are always looking for social emotional learning books to help students adapt in their own environment. So those are important to us. As far as how we began, we are actually a traditional vending company that was created back in about 2004. What we specialize in is custom vending solutions. So we've done lots of different machines, from inventory management machines for Fortune 500 companies to just your traditional drink and snack machines with custom wraps on it, to retail machines like you see in the airports that have headphones in it and chargers and stuff like that. Basically, you imagine it, we can create it. So that's how we
Awesome.
started. Back in 2018, we actually had a local teacher or a local assistant principal at the time express some issues that they were having in the school. And our CEO kind of had this idea, why don't we try to use our resources here as a vending company to help that your problem and get books in the kids' hands. And it was just kind of a concept. When I came on, we launched the first one and blew it up from there. And really, it kind of just snowballed and was just a lot of traction, and people just loved it. It had a lot of good feedback out of the gate, and it just has continued. That said, too, we have also used this exact same proven model with these token-based systems and the book machine and provided it to the STEM field. So we also have STEM vending machines now that are filled with, instead of books, hands-on learning kits. So the kids can take home an at-home learning kit, get to build it at home. So that's really fun as well. And that's gaining some traction. We launched that at the beginning of this year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal. I'm so excited about this. I'm always a fangirl. And so I'm trying to figure out, how do we partner? How do we get this word out? Because this is huge. And so, Aaron, did you have more questions? Because I've got a surprise coming up.
I got nothing. I'm good. I'm just listening. No, only because leading up to this interview, Connor and I have spoken numerous times, and so a lot of this is a great refresher for me. So I'm good at this point. I'll whatever's next, take it away.
All right. Well, Connor's been talking so much about the whole literacy process, and I know that he and Douglas, they just bonded. And so if you don't know Douglas yet, you will know that Douglas is always talking about it. So he's on board he's actually in here with us, and it looks like my old living room, but
nice jersey, Douglas.
So glad you're here. And Douglas is one of the founding members of the Kiwanis Literacy Club and the Kiwanis Literacy Club Foundation. And so he is currently president of the Kiwanis Literacy Club Foundation. And he's also the Division 10 Division 10 Lieutenant Governor. So he just took that hat on last week. And so he's got so many hats. But the reason why I had him pop in today, and he's wearing this shirt, is because Douglas is sponsoring Connor into our Kiwanis Literacy Club today.
Woo! All right.
Nice to see you.
Right on.
Nice to see you as well.
Connor's booth was right across the Rose Float booth during Icon. And so we kind of bonded. I've known about these vending machines. We've done 4 in Simi Valley. Our good friend, Gary Jander, we helped fill up one in Oklahoma. So we really, really love the vending machine process and what they're doing. Matter of fact, one of our things for the Eaton Fire out here is we're proposing to put these in the new schools when they get built. So that's one of our big projects in 3 to 5 years when they get built. So that's one of the things, but we have to start small. So we're getting them books right now. But Connor, we had talked about it. We've been working on it. And I'm here to induct you officially into the Kiwanis Literacy Club of Southern California and the Kiwanis family. What better place to do it on the show today? I don't know if John has it up, but we have an official certificate.
There you go.
As a corporate member, we really are really happy to have you on board because we think this partnership is just amazing with literacy and the vending machines and you and Val and Aaron, because we're all now members. So we would have an inner club if there was another club here, but we want to thank you and induct you as an official member I've filled out the paperwork already, and you'll be getting the emails and all that kind of fun stuff as a bona fide member of the Kiwanis Literacy Club of Southern California. Kelly, our president, just said welcome to the Literacy Club, so I'm glad she's online too. So thank you, Connor, and your whole team, because it's not just you, it's your whole company that is part of the Kiwanis family. You've been a part now with the discounts you've been giving us and partnering with other clubs, but now you're an official family member of the Kiwanis family.
Much appreciated. Thank you. I was very excited when you sent me that. I just had a grin on my face. I was like, let's do this. This is amazing.
And it's not too often we can surprise Aaron, so this is really good.
Yeah, that's very good. I'm sitting there wondering what the heck's going on. Normally I'm not kept in the dark, but this is a good one. And Connor, you are now hold the prestigious position of the second Kiwanis member that we've inducted into a club live on Kiwanis Connects. So, you know, that's also thrilling as well. And the nice thing about the Literacy Club, it's a worldwide club. I too am a member, as Douglas said, but of course I had to strip to get my membership. So you can leave that for what it's worth. Anyway, but welcome to the K family.
And so, Connor, one of the things that I want to share with you is that now that you and your company are a corporate member, that gives you discounts at every last one of the Kiwanis conventions. And so while you were a vendor at a higher price, now you can be a vendor who sells and does whatever as a Kiwanis member. And so you would say and give your Kiwanis number. So say you pay $1,500 to go to a decon, it would be $750. With all
we
the
should have
privileges.
charged them more for the corporate membership then. Right? We should have charged them more for the corporate membership.
I think we're gonna be, as a Kiwanis world, we're gonna benefit very, very mucho because Connor, what you're doing is absolutely huge, and I'm so thankful that you've joined our club. But more important, you're in Buffalo, and we don't have any members right now in New York, as far as I know. And so by you being there, that means that you can be ultimately our liaison and voice and do your service there. You're not the voice, because, you know, that's Aaron.
Hey,
I'm like, yeah, the voice. But, and it's that easy. So anybody out there going, how do we invite a corporate member? You do just like Douglas has done. You ask. You ask. So, Doug, thank you so much for stepping in and popping in. I know that you've got a busy day. But more to come.
Thank you all. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you, Douglas.
And, we can't wait to see you in person at the next convention.
Thank you.
Douglas.
Can't wait to see you.
All right.
I think what's really cool about that is it just kind of came full circle for me, you know, having, like I said a few minutes ago, having met Connor at convention because of Douglas and all of that introduction, and now to welcome Connor into the K family officially, I think it's wonderful. And I think so many, even more so, doors are going to open up even exponentially now that not that the program is certainly worthwhile, worth its weight in its gold to the communities, but now I think there are many people out there in the K family, Connor, that only want to work with Kiwanians. And now that you have that K as part of your resume, so to speak, I think that'll speak volumes as well for those who are sort of naysayers, if you will.
Gotcha.
And
well, I'm just happy to be here.
Yay. I'm going to be competitive for a minute and say, Connor, you're joining one of the most amazing districts in all the Kiwanis world, because you're now part of CalNEVA. I hope that maybe we can get on the Rose Float booth. We can get one of those vending machines out there and do some drawings for kids going by.
Connor, you a golfer at all?
I know you got the Kiwanis golf coming up. I heard that on the last show, and I was like, "Oh, I hope he doesn't ask me because I'm terrible." But I'm just saying. I do pick it up every now and then. I do have a putting green in my basement, and I do like to golf, but I'm not good.
It's okay. You and I will go hunting for the golf balls all day long off of our tees.
Perfect. So. There we go.
All right. Keep that in mind, Val.
Absolutely. So,
all right, so let's do this. It's time for that early break. Let's do that. We have a lot to do when we come back. mental health moments, wow moments, bad dad jokes, more with Connor, book vending machines, and all of you out there. Don't go anywhere. We'll be all right back.
Hey, honey, what you doing?
Getting ready to watch a game.
What about fixing up the house like you promised?
What you talking about?
Just the new light in the den, the new shower in our bathroom, the new fence around the yard, the front steps.
Stop. You know, I have a better idea. You know Craig down the street? He owns a company that specializes in handyman services, but he is more than just any old handyman.
Really? Would you say different strokes for different folks?
You know I will. You know why? Because he does home repairs and he does painting and kitchen remodels and bathrooms and everything else in between.
How are his prices?
Great value for great quality. You know, I think I'll invite him over and get a free estimate for all the things that I know will make you the happiest, dear.
Call Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Service for a free estimate by calling 757-395-9999 today.
That's 757-395-9999. Above the rest, they show up and show out by making your vision come to life.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
2 out of 3 kids in America can't read at grade level. And without help, many will never catch up. In a world of screens, short attention spans, and endless distractions, getting kids excited about reading has never been harder. That's where Kiwanis Club steps in. Through Inchie's bookworm vending machines, kids earn tokens for positive behaviors, achievements, kindness, and more, and use them to pick a book they just can't wait to read. Every book is a child's to keep. Every book builds a personal at-home library, and every page sparks curiosity, confidence, and lifelong learning. Your club can make it happen. Let's put more books and more smiles into the hands of kids who need them most. Together, we can change the story, one book at a time. To learn more, go to bookvending.com/Kiwanis.
Healing isn't linear. It doesn't follow a straight line. You'll have good days, you'll have hard days. What matters is that you keep going and you keep moving forward. Remember, take a moment for your mental health.
All right, welcome back. Thank you, Melissa Atwell. mentalhealthmoment.org, one of the greatest resources there are out there. If you need to just sort of catch your breath and you're dealing with stresses in your life, please, by all means, do so. Also, too, speaking of which, something that is also good for health and wellness. John, if you'd put the crawl up I sent you before we went on the air, one of the nonprofits that I'm supporting out here in Virginia Beach is an organization called Millie in Motion. It is a nonprofit that was formed between a young lady who suffers from cerebral palsy and her mom. And so what they did was they realized that some of the cerebral palsy patients need a little more physical support than just the regular therapy that they get. And so what they did was they have this whole alliance of therapists that specialize in cerebral palsy patients and the financial ability to help those with these extra costs. So what they're doing as part of their health and wellness and stress relieving time, if you go to the link that you see crawling on the bottom of the screen right now, millieinmotion.org/support us. If you make a $100, $150, or $200 donation to help cover some of these costs specifically, you will receive a complimentary getaway, complimentary accommodation to Cancun, 5 days, 4 nights. And here's the best part. There's no timeshare or marketing presentation required. It's truly just downtime for yourself by simply going to make a donation, $100, $150, or $200 to millioinmotion.org/support us. Make your choice and help somebody get the extra therapy that they need. All right, welcome back. Thank you to everybody. All right, Doc Val, I'll throw it back to you for the next step in the agenda.
Well, I'm still thinking about this trip to Cancun. I'm like, no timeshare? I don't have to get in trouble with Andy? Oh, my goodness.
You don't have to buy a blessed thing.
and I'm supporting a special event. I'm loving this. So Connor, welcome back. And this hour goes so fast. And I know you're probably looking at your clock going, wow, I have so much more to share. Is there something that you really want to make sure that people who are watching us and listening to us know about all this book vending and what you do? Because I don't want you to feel like you've left the show and you have that one more thing to say.
No, you guys have been great, and I appreciate the time you gave me to talk. I would say just in the end that, this is really just about the kids. That sometimes gets lost a little bit. We get stuck in our day to day. The people that need it most are the community members that we're serving, which are the kids. So this really just is a way to make reading more fun, more engaging, and serve as a constant reminder of that importance within those youth spaces. That's pretty much it. Let's get books in the kids' hands. Let's build their at-home libraries, because that's dwindling by the wayside here. Most kids don't even have books, and it's kind of sad. And we notice when books are in the kids' hands, in those households, it promotes family reading together. And then also it can get passed down to the younger siblings, and then their younger sibling is reading that book. But it all starts with getting that book in the kid's hand, and it's a book that they physically chose and they physically want to keep, and they don't have to return it. And I think that just is the more powerful component of this whole program.
Before we go to Val's wow moments and Val on the road, I want to make an observation, and I have the utmost respect for Connor and his company and what he's doing and partnering with Kiwanis. And really the soul of all of this is giving back to the community. But I want people to notice, folks, normally messages like you hear Connor say comes from somebody that maybe looks a little more grizzled in his life. Little gray hair on the chin, maybe balding head kind of thing. It looks like he's got a soapbox to stand on. I want you to notice, folks, Connor is a young individual, and I'm going to guess at least 30 years younger than me, and he's talking like an old soul. So I don't want that, and I'm getting goosebumps, Connor, as I'm saying this, because I don't think there's enough people out in the world with your take on things within a community in your age bracket. And again, I'm not trying to denounce age or anything, but we all know in our walks of life in Kiwanis and Lions and Rotary that some groups tend to age out, so to speak, because we lose sight of what is around us today. So folks, pay attention. This is a leader within his industry doing what he wants to do, needs to do, and feels compassionate to do, and that is to build our literacy program. So folks, I had to just make that comment and observation. So Connor, I love for what all my kids are old. Great. That means I'm probably old enough to be his father also with my daughter. So anyway, Connor, I tip my cap to you. With that, let's turn it over to Val for wow moments and Val on the road, whichever way you want to go first.
Let's go. Wow.
Oh, remember that was only a 10-second intro, Val.
I had to turn the lights back on. My biggest wow, I think it just needs to start with the video that we're getting ready to share with you. John, do you have that ready to go?
Childhood is filled with lots of big feelings. So is parenthood. Big feelings aren't one size fits all. They're different for everyone. For every infant and toddler, every kid, every tween, and every family. Bright Life Kids can help you navigate those feelings with free personalized behavioral health coaching and tools created by experts for families with kids ages 0 to 12. Live video sessions, secure chat, and on-demand tools are now at your fingertips when you need it most. Throughout every stage of childhood and parenthood. The best part? Thanks to our partnership with CalHope, Bright Life Kids is available to all California families, regardless of income, at no cost. It's really 100% free. No insurance or referrals needed. We're here for the tough stuff. From worries to tantrums, to making friends, to managing screen time. Bright Life Kids is your partner in parenting. Access to free, high-quality behavioral health coaching is finally here for California families. And enrollment is fast, easy, and secure. Get all the tools for all the feels. Sign up for free now at brightlife.kids.
There's a version of this Cal Hope program in almost every single state and territory, because we've discovered since the big COVID that mental health issues are on the rise, especially for the 0 to 12 years old, and they are free in every state. And so that was my wow moment when I realized that there are programs out there that are willing to send kits out and be able to help people. All you have to do is ask. And since today is International Mental Health Awareness Day, what better thing than to stare at Bright Life Kids? And they'll be on the show later this month, since this is Mental Health Awareness Month. So just wanted to share that as well.
We call that a tease, ladies and germs. So
Yes,
enjoy that tease. All right. Before we go to Val on the Road, we're getting close to the witching hour of bad dad jokes, and I know Connor came prepared. So before we go to the Val on the Road, Connor, hit us with one. Give us a little flavor of what you got there for us.
Oh, man. All right. Well, this is a dad joke, but also a true story. So it's a little fun here. My soon-to-be wife was having kind of a bad day the other day. And things just weren't going her way. And I said, you know, honey, sometimes you just got to embrace your mistakes and go with life. And she dropped everything she was doing and gave me a big hug. And I said, that's not what I meant.
It's funny. I get that same hug every day.
I like that.
I give those hugs on a regular basis.
Absolutely. All right. We're going to dust this intro off. It's been a while. It is time now for Val on the Road.
Wow, aloha. I love having that. And the big van really looks like me this weekend. After the show, I am on my way to Phoenix, Arizona, and we'll be meeting up with a couple of Kiwanis clubs, but also moving my grandmother so that she can go to the next adventure, which is independent living without being responsible. Ooh. 4-bedroom house. And we're going to do this Val on the Road until probably December, because I don't have another weekend at home until just before Christmas. And so the answer is wow. But during the week, one of the big on the roads is that we have 1,000 spaces on our town hall meeting, because as you guys know, I am running for international trustee. And I want to make sure that I'm representing the voices that are here in North America and Western Canada to the best of my ability. And the only way I can do that is to hear what your issues are. So the first thing we're going to talk about on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, somewhere in the morning, somewhere else, is we're going to talk about remote voting. And should we do it? And if so, how should we do it? So want to hear from you. And so come to Kiwanis Connects and ask for the link, and we'll send you the Zoom link half an hour about before it starts, so that we don't have a bunch of special people who don't care about remote voting on the show. So.
There you go. All right. Sounds good. All right. We're getting close to that witch hour. So if you're going to be on the road between now and December, essentially, before you get home, I know Andy probably can't be jumping up and down on the couch celebrating that he's going to be a bachelor for the next couple of months, but is he going to be okay on his own while you're traveling?
He's not on his own most of the time. There are people that want to come in, and so a couple parties, mini parties, like.
All right.
Yeah, I'm the one missing out, and most of my travel is the weekends, because most people work during the week.
That's true.
So the weekends are all booked up, and you know what? I thrive on this. I love it when someone says, "Can you come out and run a leadership program for me? Can you come out and be a chaperone to 150 cheering students?" I hope I didn't look delirious when I said
No, not at all. So you are maintaining your composure, Val. You're maintaining control. All right, with that, Connor, hit us up for one more before we go to the official bad dad jokes.
You want another bad dad joke?
I want another one because you know what? You're going to
Okay.
set the bar so high for me that I have no chance in hitting it. Go for
All
it.
right. Well, I come from a family of educators too, so I kind of like the teacher ones.
Okay.
So what do you call a teacher that doesn't fart in public?
I do know the answer to this one,
you
so I'll
know.
hold it.
A private tutor.
A private tutor, yes.
A cheesy one. I had to do a cheesy one. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's good.
That's okay because I laugh at that one particular one every time because my wife also was an educator. All right, John, let's hit the intro and then we're off and running with Columbus Day. Bad dad jokes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just as a quick disclaimer reminder, I only read them. I do not write them. All right, here you go. Here's the first one. Now, Val, just try not to crack up too loud because I wouldn't want any of your house guests there to wonder just what the heck's going on in your living room kitchen there. Here you go. What did Columbus say when he was accused of speeding through the port? What did Columbus say when he was accused of speeding through the port? I did not. Not. Rope drive. Okay. See,
Took me a minute. I got you.
Yeah, it took a second. Yeah, that's one of those that'll hit you like at 3 PM, like indigestion. All right. What happened in 1492?
Sailed the ocean blue.
Sailed the ocean blue.
No, but that's pretty funny. No, Native Americans discovered Columbus.
Oh, that too.
Here you go. How did Columbus avoid scurvy? Listen, many doctors would be out of business if they had heard of this. How did Columbus avoid scurvy? Vitamin C. SEA? Yes. Yes. Okay. Who taught Christopher Columbus how to sail? Who taught Christopher? No,
that's a dad joke. I don't know.
No, that's good. No, I like that. I like that better than the actual answer, to be honest with you. Who taught Christopher Columbus how to sail? Boating.
Boating. All right.
What do you get when you? I'm going to just keep going. What do you get when you cross Columbus Day with Halloween? What do you get when you cross Columbus Day with Halloween? Columbus Day. Columbus Day. Okay, listen. I remember. I didn't write them. Okay, how did Columbus land in America? How did Columbus land in America?
Feet first.
On his feet, of course. Very good, Val. There you go. How did Columbus get down from his ship's mast? How did Columbus get down from his ship's mast? He didn't. You only get down from a goose.
All right.
Why did the map always get into trouble with Christopher Columbus? Why did the map always get in trouble with Christopher Columbus?
It was flat.
It had a bad latitude.
That's a good one.
Oh, you like that one? All right, kind of like that one. All right, okay. Why was Columbus in trouble with the ocean? Why was Columbus in trouble with the ocean? He crossed it.
Yay. I hope you don't have any more of those.
I do have two more, I'm sorry to say. How did Christopher Columbus pay for his trip to the new land? How did this is if you guys don't laugh at this one, I don't know what to tell you. How did Christopher Columbus pay for his trip to the new land? He used his Discover card. That's a good one. Come on now. Last one. What do Christopher Columbus and a map key have in common? What do Christopher Columbus and a map key have in common, you may ask? Both are legends. There you have it. That does it for the legend, map legend, 1 inch equals, okay. That does it for this bad edition of Columbus Day Bad Dad Jokes. If you're off Monday, please be safe.
I didn't even remember that it was a holiday on Monday.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it. Columbus Day. Yeah. Andy says, yeah, right. I don't know if he's responding to me or Douglas's comment. I'm not sure. But anyway, so that does it for Bad Dad Jokes. So it is Columbus Day. Most federal holiday or offices and banks and stuff were closed anyway. insert joke about government shutdown, only if you choose to. Okay, Connor, 30 seconds to wrap up, my friend. What do you think?
The one thing I can say is if any of you guys are out in St. Louis next week for the American Association for School Libraries, I will be there. Feel free to come stop by our booth, say hi. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You got my information. I just really want to make this easy and fun for everyone that's going to be involved. So I'm here to help. And thank you again for having us.
I'm going to give a challenge out to Kiwanians watching right now. If you do go to St. Louis and you do stop in to see Connor and they are Kiwanians, and could prove to you, Connor, that they are Kiwanians, you get me their contact information and I will send them a Kiwanis Connects show jersey, compliments of Kiwanis Connects for stopping by and seeing you as a Kiwanian. How's that?
Awesome. I appreciate it.
All right. Doc Val, final thoughts, my friend.
If you're on the road this weekend, be safe. There's so much weather happening across domestic U.S., and I'm sending out my heart to those in the Philippines with the swarm of earthquakes that they've been experiencing. Our friend Gigi Chan, stay safe. Keep us posted on what's going on out there. And wow, thank you for making me laugh and smile as we do each week. And we'll have some fun guests next week.
Looking forward to it. Quick reminder, quick little programming note tomorrow for Aaron Zauer at 11 a.m. right here on Facebook and YouTube. My guest tomorrow is a gentleman whose name is George Lutz, and he is the founder, executive director of an organization called honorandremember.org. They are a nonprofit, non-governmental organization dedicated to recognizing America's fallen military heroes and their families. They are a national organization, but the home chapter is right here in Virginia Beach. Great story. He lost his son about 20 years ago due to military action, and this all stemmed from that. So check out tomorrow. With that, everybody, thank you for watching. Again, bookvending.com is the place to be to spread literacy and fun around the world. With that, everybody, be kind to everybody. Why? We are all we have. We'll see you next time on Kiwanis Connects. Thank you for watching.